Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's that time of year, kids. The Up here in the Northeast, the air is crisp. You need a jacket or a hoodie or something to go out in the morning. It's 80 degrees by the afternoon, but whatever. I love the fall. It's time for the first pumpkin spice. I usually wait till October for the pumpkin spice because it's really overdone. You know what I mean? Like it's really hyped up too much. And I don't really like Starbucks, honestly, to be truthful. But my wife was going out, and I'm like, all right, yeah, pumpkin spice. And of course, along with the leaves dropping, we are getting another drop today. We're getting the Figura Obscura figure drop today, which is one of the most fun times of the year. Happens a few times a year, a couple times, 2, 3 times. And it's always fun, and we always do this, and we always have some people on with us, and we go through what you want to get ready with, and then we take a look at it because we don't know what it's well, I know what it's going to be, but you guys don't know what it's going to be. So you guys can guess. You've been guessing. Let's see who we got in the chat here. Blake says it's crisp, clear, and beautiful here. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest is beautiful too for the fall, man. I love it up there. Love Portland, one of my favorite cities. Kirby is here. He's making breakfast because I asked him if he wanted to come on, and he's making breakfast. Rob is here. Seth is here. Dave is awake. Can't believe he's awake. Have some more coffee, Dave. William Golden is here. Dub's here. What's up, Dub? Greg is going into work. All right. All right, be careful. Watching. Just listen. Curtis is here. What's up, Curtis? Curtis is also driving, I think, this morning. Cloud is here, and Cloud is here with us in a second here. What else we got here? Jesse will be joining, I think, the Legion's Cast boys. I think they're doing something as well. We were first, but whatever. That's fine. That's cool. Big Dub is here, also here with us live in a second here. Steph Ork is here. Kevin McCoy, what's up, Kevin? I think I said Seth. Junkie and Crafts and Builds. What's going on? Dakin Tool. Edgardo. What's up, Edgardo? Schmerber is here. What's up, Schmerber? Henry's here. What's up, Henrock? Rocco's here. What's up, Rocco? Jay. What's going on, Jay? How you doing, man? Well, excuse me. I got a little cold. I didn't mean to do that. I thought that I knew when that was coming. Yeah, Jay up in the UK. So you're almost in the afternoon at this point, I think, right? So that's nice for you. Rick Emmert is here. Blaze Bear, what's up, man? Hey, there's Eric Miller's here. Legends Collector. RM Radcliffe, sorry. How's Alberto? Hey, what's up, Lone Wolf Labs? Kevin. Brian Brink is here. It's coming again. Sorry about that. Heinrich Hoffman, what's up, Heinrich? L Tidy, Drunk Gizmo Customs, what's up, man? I'm TJ Williams, what's up, Tom? Kevin Hamilton, and Jamie Lynn Parks, what's up, Jamie Lynn? All right, let's bring on some guests and let's get taking a look at this thing before we. Cloud Foxwell's with me, and Big Dub, you know them both. Got a great shirt on there, Dub. I don't know why I picked this out. I just haven't worn it in a while, so it's kind of a weird shirt to wear just out in public, like, you know what I mean? Because it demands an explanation, and like I just don't want to go into it, like, you know what I mean? I just don't want to talk to.
Especially if I'm someone named George.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, that's kind of fun. Like, hey, I'm George, and I like fun. I'm like, all right, that's good for you. All right, you guys excited for this or what?
I am, as always.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Let me bring up a screen here. What are your guesses? I mean, there's been a lot of back and forth on this one. I mean, there hasn't been as much debate or discussion about, I think.
Yeah, it seems to be like a couple of constant, everybody's on the same page for this.
There's 2 or 3 things, one of which is Benjamin Franklin, which would be interesting. I dig it. I love Benjamin Franklin, honestly. Probably my favorite historical figure. We'll see. I had fun shooting it, so maybe it's Benjamin Franklin.
Got to keep him away from the old lady figures.
We have this place in Atlanta.
That's right. The French women, you got to keep them away from.
We have this place in Atlanta called Jumpman's Daughter, which is I don't even know how you would describe it, but it's just it's like a weird. If a flea market had distributed stuff, and I remember going there years ago, and they had things like Moses action figure, Thomas action figure, like that kind of thing. Yeah, and they peg warmed even at a place like that. So I feel like Ben Franklin may not be from a revenue generating side. But who knows? We're all gonna
I think you underestimate the marketability of our founding fathers there, Deb. I'm not really sure you're really tapping into that that 40-year-old old politic aficionado market there. They had like a whole series. Like I'm old, and I was in the 70s. They had like a whole series of cloth goods. I mean, you got a lot of cloth goods on figures back in the 70s, man, and 80s. And it was pretty crazy. 80s started to be like when they're like, hey, we can just do these out of plastic. Screw these kids. They had a whole series of like the founding fathers. Like you could get, I had a Ben Franklin one. I think I had them all. I had George Washington and, Thomas Jefferson. Had to watch him too. But it was interesting. So, I mean, I'd be down for that, honestly, but we'll see. I don't know. It's not the popular choice here, I don't think,
like,
right now.
Whatever they do, however close or far off we are from it, it's always excellent. There's always the surprise that seeing what it was, how good they did it, what their take was. Some things a little bit more iconic, like I feel like the Ghost of Marley was like it looks how you would expect it to, but then the Red Death was very unique. It was, if they could have told us we're doing a Red Death figure and we would have known what to expect. So whatever this is going to be, we're going to go, holy shit, add to cart. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, we're all gonna add it to cart. Come on, that's if we're all here. Of course, we're gonna do that. Ben Frankenstein would be interesting. That'd be kind of
I've
cool.
seen that one.
It's the last two have been. I think most guesses have been around it. Pretty close. Mm-hmm. But then last year we had with the Monkey King.
It's on my list.
The death, like no one was close. Like it was very obscure.
No. Yeah, I think between that and the Red Death, as Cloud just mentioned, like you said, you could have told people and they would have had to look it up because there's a lot of people that just weren't into that either. I mean, Monkey King for me is a fairly new, I would say in the last 5 years, realization. Had seen the iconography, never really looked into it, and then so I'd known for a while, but
I only knew about it because of Dragon Ball.
Well,
okay, Dragon Ball. Okay, yeah, right.
I read that parts of Journey to the West when I was very little. I was a nerdy kid. I read Dante. I read
Wow, yeah, me too.
Like
That's not a kid's book.
So I actually had moving around a lot. Different schools have like different curriculums. So I got stuck reading To Kill a Mockingbird 3 times, and I'm sorry, but I hate that book. So the third time it rolled around, I complained to the teacher, and they were like, "Oh, so what makes you think that you're on? Why should you be exempt?" And I was like, "Look, I've read it. I've been reading since I was a child. I read The Inferno when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and they had asked me for like an explanation. So what was The Inferno about?" And I kind of gave them a rundown. They're like, "All right." So I didn't have to read the damn book for the third time.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of these are literary, in one way or another. We'll see. I'm going to jump over to this real quick because we're 20 minutes. We got some time, but I just do want to have people prepared for this. So if this is your first time, or even if it's your second or third time, because I forget to do this as well, you're going to want to go to store-horsemen.my. Well, just go to 4 Horsemen and click on the shop. It'll take you here, and you're going to want to go to shop now. You're going to want to log in. I don't know if I click login. That we don't do that. It's on my orders, but you can screenshot that, whatever you want to do. So you're gonna want to log in, and then you're gonna want to go to your cart and just make sure you got nothing in your cart. This hasn't been an issue really lately, but in the past, there's been some things. If you had added some stuff in the past and didn't take it out, it would get stuck there. I think it's pretty much that's a thing of the past. But you never know. Just go and check and make sure there's nothing in there you don't want to have stuck in there when you check out. The next thing you're going to want to do in order to get everything up to the top here, as Curtis mentioned in the comments earlier, you're probably going to come into it and it's going to be as featured, sort by. You're going to want to go to date, new to old, and that's going to put everything that's new on the top. And that should stick if we refresh, I believe. Yeah. So that's the way you're going to want to set it up. Sit here, get ready for 9 o'clock. All the new stuff should show up on the first row and a half, something like that, depending on how many SKUs there are for this. You're going to have your all-in, probably a mug. That I don't even know. I didn't ask. Pin, most likely. And then you're going to have your option to get it without that. You're going to have, who knows what other options you're going to have. You get the pin by itself, get the mug by itself. What else? That's probably it.
It's usually it.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be the top row, and like I said, like a couple below that or something like that. So it depends on what order they put them in. I don't know if there is any like specific thing that the first one is going to be the all in, or the second or third one is going to be all in. We don't know. It's just going to be kind of a random thing. So that gets you prepared. We're all ready to go now. If you've done that, you're good to go. If you don't have something that stores your credit card, like if you use Apple products, it'll store a card for you in the passwords, one password if you have like a password account. If not, get your card ready. Copy the number, type it in someplace else, and copy, and then you can just paste it in and just put all those other ancillary things in real quick. There's plenty of these. Let's get that out there though. The all-ins go pretty quickly, at least the first round, and even sometimes at 8 o'clock as well, which you'll have another chance to get these if you don't get them this morning, if you're not awake yet, and you're watching this later to hear me say this, I guess. But there's been a lot more time to get them. It hasn't been that the all-ins sell out in 2 minutes, but not soon thereafter. The first 5 minutes or so, the all-ins are generally gone. If you're not worried about that, relax. I think you got plenty of time to get it in the first order. You got plenty of time to get it in the second order. So,
isn't it a pretty high limit this time?
16, I think.
16?
Yeah, that's a huge number.
Which is crazy.
That also steers me way away from like the things that are the most traditional guesses. It's like, well, why do you need 16 of any of the main guesses? Dr. Franklin,
well, if you remember, Ben Franklin had an army of Franklin bots. So, if you're going to want the Franklin bots to go along with
but I special packet.
The limits on like the Red Death were pretty high, and
yeah,
I don't think anybody bought 12 of those.
Mm-hmm,
well,
maybe they have a lot.
There was Tidy just put
what's up, Kurt?
A suggestion in the chat. Yeah,
could be.
Would make sense. Yeah,
could be. That fits in a box.
If it is Frankenstein's monster, I think what'll be interesting is what does it look like, since I think most of us, our familiarity with that is Universal monsters, which would be protected from IP the way that.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have to be based on the book interpretation, whatever that means, not very specifically the one that we're most familiar with. I think, right? Like that would be a Universal monster protected property.
Yeah. Universal, I believe, is sealed up under trademark, so I don't think you can do those kind of things. It's so vague. With Dracula, like he's got tux and a cape. As long as it doesn't look like Bela Lugosi, I think you're good to go.
Yeah.
So, Mel Brooks, dude, Andrew, it. I would love some good. That's something I love Mezco to do, man. That would be amazing. Mm. Like the problem with Mezco is they do one and then they wouldn't do any of the other ones. So
yeah,
that kind of sucks. I like the mad scientist idea with an Eric Treadaway face. I would love them to kind of do that again, right? Like to do the old McFarlane thing, kind of throw that in again. Yeah.
I think my favorite thing I've seen people pick is, in the zig and zag of FO, I thought the zig would be it's Dr. Frankenstein and not the monster, right? It's the doctor would be the kind of zig for what people expect. But I saw several people suggest Dr. Frankenstein with a bunch of random monster parts to build your own monster on like a table. That'd be pretty cool. The logistics of that sound challenging, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. These parts to be really handy for parts reuse. Vikings. Yeah, Vikings.
Oh yeah, Thor parts.
Yeah, Thor. I mean, Thor's. As long as it's not Marvel Thor, Thor is. I
hope it's
is out there. They've been doing gods.
Or I would. That would be great. I'd love that.
Yeah, you'd love Thor. Really? Okay.
I love mythology. And
yeah, me too.
I know we got gods last time, but it's different gods.
I would. How about like a pantheon of gods, man? That would be pretty cool. Like a whole. You get the Egyptian gods, you get the Norse gods, you get the Greek gods, Roman gods. That would be pretty cool.
Jesse mentioned Percy Jackson, which obviously they can't do Percy Jackson stuff, but that's what the Rordian, the author, does. All those books go around all the different gods, and I think that'd be very fun to have. Zeus would be.
Did you guys watch Twilight of the Gods on Netflix yet?
No.
Twilight of the Gods, no.
Yeah, it's an animated series. It's like 8 episodes, but it's all.
Yeah, I started watching that. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Like, I got halfway through an episode and I had to leave or something, so I got to get back to that. Yeah, it looked pretty good. The
first episode, I was kind of like, nah. Like, I saw Zack Snyder's name on it. It was like, let me give it a chance before I jump to conclusions. And like that first episode, like there seemed to be like a little bit of excess in what they were doing as far as like the violence and like the sexual situations, but I stuck with it and it just got better and better and better.
Okay, yeah, I've heard
really good,
many good things about that. Jeremy did say the gods were going to be a thing for Figura. Yes. I'm wondering how long, like for me, and I guess for all of us, because we just said this, but and Steph says it's going to be nothing Frankenstein. Watch. Twilight of the Gods from Wagner. Yeah, I mean musically, yes.
Gotterdammerung.
Which would also be cool. I would love like a Bach action figure.
Something really weird.
No, but like the gods. I mean, I can see. Hey, we got 105 people watching at 8:40 and then 8:40 and 8 in the morning. Good Lord, I need more coffee. So please hit that like. That's awesome. These are always pretty good though. We get some people on here for these. Do you think people are going to get sick of the gods? Like I won't, but I'm wondering like Roman gods, like. I mean, the way Eric is going to do them, they're always going to be unique and cool, and
well, I think that's
not just a bunch of guys in togas and stuff,
At least the Egyptian gods, they've basically said we'll revisit that, and Marley, and we only have 3 of these releases a year currently, so I don't think we're going to see every Christmas be a new Marley related thing, and it'll take 100 years to do all the other ideas they want to do. So I am curious about that, like, because will these become more frequent?
Right.
Unless it's just a Christmas thing, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, it's not going to be like because so far anything that's been released, am I wrong about that? Around December or whatever has been Christmas themed.
Yeah.
Krampus, Father
Christmas, Marley.
Yeah. So it seems like that time of year, it's just going to be that.
Well,
and the rest of the year we'll get something else. Yeah.
It's the spring one that is really
that's the wild card.
Unusual one.
Yeah.
That's the wild card, right?
Once it was Monkey King and not the Easter Bunny that first year.
Right. That's right. Why not the Bunny King? Let's get the Bunny King.
Bunny King.
God and deities are not used so much already would be great. Yeah. And like I said, like I think the Egyptian gods lend themselves visually to a cool looking action figure. I got to go through Norse gods probably would too, but you're going to get a lot of things that are probably going to be very much noble bearish, which would be cool. But you got to do something unique with those, like accessory wise, because these usually come with some good accessories, at least something unique or some unique piece or whatever. So. It's interesting. It's fun. I mean, there's tons of stuff there to play with. So we'll see what happens. Coffee and credit card ready, says J Mac. Nice.
But
Only
a
15
year
people.
ago,
No,
I would have
100,
thought
115.
the parts reuse is important. But now that we, at least everyone so far has gotten a recolor retailer release,
Yes.
and a lot of the bodies are being used in the new waves and such.
Yep.
The unique heads and stuff. If they're getting 2 releases, that may be enough to make it worth it from a business perspective.
Yeah, I mean they're very smart about pre-creating parts, and that's what I think a lot of people were saying. I don't know how people were serious about it. Again, I would love a Ben Franklin figure, but you do have the Marley coat, which is very much in that 1700s 18th century look. So it's a head away from being Ben Franklin, basically. Maybe a little bit more of a belly or whatever, but which we could use some girthy
Some big
barbarians
boys.
or something, man. Yeah. Give somebody make us feel better about ourselves. Give us some big boys.
Yeah.
All right, we got 124 people in here. We are 8 minutes away from this happening. Bold prediction, Schmerber. What's Schmerber saying? Best stat is my top 10 figure of the year. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, what do you guys think so far? I think we're going to be doing this on the show pretty soon, top 10. So maybe we'll have some guests. Oh, one thing I do want to mention here. The mini comic starts with he was a huge, beastly, bulging man. Which one? Which mini comic? Is this a He-Man? Yeah, it must be He-Man. After this, or in the middle of it, if you've gotten your thing and you're happy and you're sick of listening to us talk, we're not going to talk for too long after this is over. Go check out Dorklair's review. Dorklair will have the full review of the product in hand. I have the product right here. I'll show it briefly when it's up and everybody's seen it. But he's going to give you the full breakdown, show you everything that comes with it, or them, or her, or whatever it happens to be. It's very tough doing this sometimes. Like you really you don't want to even use a pronoun to describe. It's like
all the things that come with the thing.
The thing with the things. If there's anything with the thing, maybe it's just a thing, and there's no things with the thing. Curtis, the $4.99 bomb. Thanks for all you do, Trevor. Love you too, man. P.S. We are in the 2-month window, so I have to be nice until after Legion's gone. Yes, I forgot. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it, man. We will hug.
Did you get this one, Trevor?
I've had this for about. I think I got it last month. Mid last month, somewhere in there. I'll tell you what, though, with the photography for the Figura Obscuras, it's a production figure, right? For the most part, I think I got a prototype production figure, like a pre-production figure. So there was some tweaks made to it, I think, after that, or at least, I assume there was. They're fun because you can move them. You don't have to. You're not worried about them breaking or not being able to hold a pose or falling over if you do get them in a pose. Excuse me. So I love these, and I kind of go nuts with these. Like they need, 4 or 5 environment images usually for the Figura Obscura, and I just I have extras.
Are you allowed to reveal? 5 minutes left. Did you have a special diorama made for this photo shoot, like you did?
No.
Previous. Oh.
These are. Dub's got some good leading questions here. Yeah, no, I didn't have anybody build Independence Hall. So if that tells you anything. Well, not necessarily, but could just be outside shots, with the kite and storm and so no, I was going to. It wasn't necessary. Let me just say that I don't think it was necessary. So yeah, I don't know. It's something that would be cool. I can't wait to get to it so we can talk about this.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that in a minute because there was an inspiration and a theme kind of behind the images that I did, which we'll talk about later. impressive how Trevor talks about as he doesn't know anything. So. Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. Like, I'm not maybe a smart poker player, but I have a good poker face, man. You can't really tell what I'm thinking.
You guys are all pretty good at it, because I mean, I tend to look for like micro expressions and things like that, and once in a while I've caught one. I might have caught one on Jeremy the other night, but we'll see.
Oh, really? I think Jeremy's got more of a tell than I do personally, but
like,
he's pretty good.
Also,
he's
you
pretty
can
good.
confuse that as like he's enjoying, like everybody's guessing and he's having fun with that, so it's kind of hard to read. Is that a I like your idea emotion, or is it a oh shit they're close kind of emotion? It's kind of hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I got to open up this in another window so I can go and copy, so I can actually buy this.
Yeah.
You know, Trevor, I don't know if it's worth talking about. There is the flat rate shipping. I don't know. Can we, if anyone wants to lump in a Mythic Legion's Reinforcements 2 all in with this and get the $9.99 shipping, I think you'll be able to. Like any of this stuff.
Believe there's no limit in buying anything else here. So you've got a Reinforcements 2 all in, which is a great deal, $200.
Stars 5 all in.
I may be throwing in I didn't pick this up at IshCon, the poster, and I have the first one. They're awesome, man. They're really, really nice posters.
I just hung the second one up yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, I know you got one at IshCon. I didn't really want to try to get it home on the plane in one piece, so I figured I'll either I'm going to be going to the studio at some point soon, so I'll probably pick one.
Buy some swigs.
Swigs. Yeah. Pick up a swig. You know, take a swig.
Take a swig.
Take a swig. It's early, but what the hell? You know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Mouse pads are back up. Yeah, the All Stars 5 all in, $385 with your aforementioned swig. Dubon, great figure.
Monkey King Tumbler. That's an interesting one to still leave.
Yeah, right. I think the Tumbler was.
People want the mugs.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a misstep, but I understand why they tried to do something different. But yeah, I think people like their mugs. All right, we got 2 minutes here. Swig adoption plan, hell yeah. Too early for swigs. Yep, Dorklair, Bill's adding some stuff for customs. Good idea. I got enough. I can't. I just picked up some more stuff at ToyCon New Jersey the other day. So
behave.
I think I've got 200 inbox figures. I was trying to clean through the garage.
Yeah, I probably do too.
Like, what have I done here over the last 3 years? Like, what customs do I think I'm gonna make that?
I know. This is the thing. So I've gotten some new people into it, and I think I'm going to hook up some people with. When my older sister started, I just hooked her up with here's 15 things. Here you go. Happy birthday. So what do we got? Time-wise, how many seconds we got
less
here?
Less than a minute.
Yep, less than a minute right now. Yeah, I can't believe that first poster's still in stock too. Those posters are so good. They're really, really nice. I mean, I don't even have places for posters on my walls down here, but I have so many prints
too. It's it's not like a normal print.
Oh yeah, heavy paper. It's beautiful, man. I mean, it's a really nice print for sure. All right, it's 9 a.m. Let's refresh.
Go!
Boom!
Wow.
Frankenstein, baby. It is Frankenstein.
My goodness.
All right, yeah, it's $100 for the all-in. I'm putting that in right now. I'm gonna get to, let's see, I'm not gonna be around at 8 o'clock, but I know I'll be able to get. So I'm shopping. I hate you, shop. Go away. I hate shop pay.
Hey, shop pay works brilliantly for me. I'm done with shop pay. I'm already done.
Yeah, I'm good.
I just don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like I have a thing where things following me around and knowing what I bought.
That's true.
Whatever.
Fair enough.
Although now my card is not going through, so that's not
Yay!
good. That's not good. You know why? Because I'm in the wrong computer. Jesus.
Oh, the Stein. That's great.
The tradition unlike any other. Let me look at what I just spent money on.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now we'll go back. All right, so let's take a look at the creature. I do wish we could get pop-ups on these things, but look at the stuff you get with this. So I'm gonna go.
Awesome.
I'm gonna take a look at this, and then I'll go full screen with the
Hagnon
actual
head?
figure. That is a Hagnon head. Yeah. I wonder if I can bring up. Well, I'll just zoom around. We'll just do this.
Wow.
So you get a skull. You've got a skeleton hand. You got 2 sets of hands. You've got feet and boots. 2 different bald sculpts. A couple of books from Marley.
Marley.
Excuse me. You got some really cool Victorian-looking, the spinny, electricity wheel, the coil there, and these are soft good pants. So you got soft good pants.
Ooh.
Yep, soft good pants, velcroed there with a piece of rope around them. The jacket itself is soft plastic. This sculpt has the hair. The other 2 do not. You get the soft goods from Red Death, which will go around. I think that's not from Red Death, though. It's the same as Red Death, but this is a brute scale
It looks
figure.
big. Oh, he is brute
so
scale.
it's bigger.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
brute
yeah, that's
I
brute
didn't
scale.
even think of that.
Yep, it's brute scale. These are great. The little what do you call these things? No, the little glass.
Little
Head on
domey
your-
You know what I'm
thing.
saying? Yeah, domey things. But the pièce de résistance, I think, is this
That-
table,
oh
which is
my
insane.
goodness.
Yes.
So the straps, come off. They snap on over the little holes there, and he lays down on that. You could see that here
That's
in this
how he's
image.
described in the novel, like with the yellowed skin
Yeah.
and the black lips and hair. That's fantastic.
Very much. This is the Frankenstein from the novel, which I reread. I'd read it a long time ago, and when they told me they were doing this, what are people saying here? Brute, soft goods pants. There's no Abby Normal Brain. No, I know. Curtis Ackerman is woohoo. I was hoping for soft goods pants. They were talking about that last night on Offworld. Table's good for Darth Vader, I suppose, if you want to recreate that scene. I don't ever really want to recreate that scene, but it would work. So this is the literary Frankenstein. So what everybody thinks of is like, a green or gray, I guess sometimes, but
Bolts
he's
in the
described
side
as
of the head.
having
Yeah.
yellowish, jaundiced colored skin. Big dude, no flat top, not like the universal look.
That one chain. Goodness.
Boris Karloff, right? Boris Karloff.
Karloff.
Yeah.
Karloff, he does
Karloff.
not deserve to smell my shit.
Karloff. Who's that? What's that from? That was was that
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
Karloff.
Karloff.
Sidekick.
Karloff. Fuck Karloff.
Is it Stitch's paint, or are they sculpted in there?
They are sculpted on there. They're sculpted.
Wow.
It's really cool. Yeah, the stitches are great. So you can get this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that for sure. The body's great. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have these stitches on here, but it could be a cool space, dude or whatever. That's kind of a cyborg or something like that.
Curious to see if those make it into the cosmic and mythic lines, how they would use that body again.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I mean, they managed to do it. I don't know. I mean, I could see it as like a cyborg piece or something like that in Cosmic. I don't know about Mythic. I'm not sure. Here's your tools. So this is the talking about the Dio. This is the same one that I used for Marley. It just has that. I just got the clock, got the Skelly as a science. What do you call those things?
Oh, yeah.
Just like a science room skeleton back there. But yeah, a lot of the stuff. Somebody mentioned. I think it was it Tim? Who was it earlier on and yesterday? Bernie Wrightson. So Bernie Wrightson, art comic book artist, incredible work. Did a whole book of Frankenstein. The illustrations are mind blowing because it's all line work. It's incredible. hatch lines throughout it, and I just loved that stuff. So I took a lot of inspiration from those for this, because this is him. Like he's kind of alone. He's actually, you got to read it. Like if the only Frankenstein is Universal Frankenstein, it's a completely different story. Almost a completely different story.
So on that,
yeah,
a good thing to watch if you're not a reader, the film Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with Robert De Niro is pretty faithful to the book. It's not perfect, but it's much closer than what we're used to considering seeing Frankenstein's monster. That's worth a watch. Yeah. De Niro is just fantastic.
I just thought he was like, I don't know. He seemed a little miscast, but like I know I watched it a long time ago. I'm gonna have to rewatch it because I do. But they do change things again, even there from the book. The book is different. The book is a little more about Victor Frankenstein.
Exactly. Yes.
And more of the the horribleness of what he's done and his shame about it and fear of it. But
it's great. It's
really
sad
cool.
at times. It's a very, very tragic story if you kind of get behind
Super
him.
tragic. Oh yeah.
It's a good one.
For sure. Yeah, I know. There's supposedly one coming out in 2025. So I don't know what that's going to be like. We'll see.
I have a 2-pack of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and Bram Stoker's Dracula that I watched like religiously. And again, it's not perfect for the novel of Dracula, but it's like they have to change things based on how vampires are perceived. But it's there's much more of a love story to it. But it's again another fantastic version of a novel.
So what are you guys getting here? What are you picking up? Did you pick up the All In? Let's take a look at the mug. Ooh, look, this is a nice mug.
Yeah, the mug is very nice.
This looks like this is a mock-up. I didn't do this. I'm assuming that's a mock-up.
So Kessie is watching. She heard me say "wow" from down the hall. So I did just get the figure. I just got the figure. I did not go all in.
Cassie's girding her loins, like, oh god, what is it gonna be?
She knows.
Interesting. The pin sold out, but the all-in is not sold out. That's
the pins are hot. Yeah, the pins are hot. I'm all about the pins now. I was never a pin guy, but I'm all about it.
I got those pin boards on Amazon and started posting.
Yeah, me too. Like I just,
they're great.
So I had to move all my FO pins off the board because I have too many of the rest of the things, and I actually just picked up. This G-Con pin was just sitting in the bin at Toy-Con, New Jersey, and I was at that one, but I didn't have the pin. I must have missed the pin somehow. But
all the ones I'm at, I leave on my lanyard. I don't put on the pin board. I'm in theory, gonna wear it at least. Yeah. But now that lanyard's quite heavy, so I'm not sure that's what I'm gonna do. But
I used to do the same thing, and it got real heavy. Put that around your neck for the show. So go ahead.
I have a denim jacket that I want to do like we did in the 80s and 90s and cover it with pins. But like the one pin, I'm very choosy. The one that I would absolutely love to get would be an Ilithia pin. That's the one I would be looking for. I mean, I've got it on my side for the rest of my life, but it would be nice to throw it on the jacket.
I have a feeling something. I mean, I don't know. Again, just to put that out there, but I have a feeling the popularity of them is something that they may like reissue or redo the color pins or something like that. Or
feels like could be a good Legion's Con 10-year anniversary surprise to those types of some of those little things that aren't that hard.
It could be, and honestly, that's probably not something. I mean, I do product photography outside of figures and stuff, but it's not something I've done for them, so I don't know. Could be, I don't know.
My daughter actually, they make bags for conventions that are a clear front that are pin bags. So she has all her pins on the front, but then it's just a normal book bag. That's what she carries.
That's not what I wanted to do. Didn't want to do that at all. I'll take that down. I'm going to do.
I got my normal. I got an all in and a regular. That's just what I always click. That's what I do. And then
amazing Nate Barch art.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible.
It's a wide box.
It is a wide box. Yeah. And this is I haven't even opened this yet. So inside, do you want to see inside? Does anybody want to see this stuff, or do you want to like be surprised? Yeah. Okay, so you kind of got the
oh my goodness.
Yeah, the kind of the, and this is like, here's the thing in the story. I mean, some people think it takes place at when he creates this at the school, so it could be, I think it was that Victorian or Edwardian times. I don't know. Anyway, could be a room like that, which is how Nate's depicted it, or it could be, in the basements of a stone building. There was a lot of stone buildings back then that they used for schools and things like that, so it could be looking like a castle too. I thought of two different ways to do it, but I went with the more of the Victorian thing. There it is in the box, and it's really it's a super nice figure, man. I'm really psyched. I saw this when I went in there. Cameron was painting it over a year ago.
Wow.
And I was so excited, man, because I'm like, and he, Cameron knows Wrightson, Bernie Wrightson. I'll pull up some of that stuff, but I'm like, dude, I am Bernie Wrightsoning. Is that even whatever?
It is now. It works.
Man. Yeah, Bernie Wrightsoning it. Yeah. Let's see what people are saying. Kevin Dufresne with $1.99. Next Halloween, Grendel and Beowulf 2-pack. That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. Brick, what's up, Brick? When you're half awake and think, I can throw in another Centaur for that $10 shipping to California.
I mean,
that's the Centaur. I mean, $10, man. You really got to think of it. I mean, like I'm like a hop skipping away from those guys. So like, I think it was like $8 for me to ship it anyway.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really do anything for me. But the more you get, the better that deal is going to be. Once you hit that limit, of $10. I just don't need anything else right now. I really don't.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? What's going on? I'm waiting for my Wall XD. Mike, where's my Wall XD? Very excited for my Wall XD. I had a big order on Wall XD. I got to talk to you, Mike. David Williams. What's up, David? Those Legions Con pin sets are looking really cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
The dragon is a pin. It's just a dragon pin. That's what you're getting. This is just a dragon pin. Oh yeah, you could do you could get a vest. And you could have like your flare, right? From
Pieces of flair.
Office Space.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. Frankenstein, man. Let's you know what? I gotta post something here. Hang on a second. I was all ready to go.
I mean, we kind of hit it on the head pretty quick with that teaser, but I was more interested in seeing if they did this, what it would look like, and they just killed it so good. It's like perfect. My mind's eye of what he looks like, perfect.
Yeah. So let me add this to the stage. So I went and did black and white shots for everything. They're posting color. I asked Jeremy if it was okay if I posted the color second, but I just really wanted to do this in black and white and very much in that Bernie Wrightson style. I'll pull some of that stuff up, but it's very much in the style of this. They didn't completely, not at all actually. This is completely a new design. But when I saw it, and I misspelled Frankenstein here. Whatever, close enough. Look at this work. look at the insane work this is.
It's crazy.
That's what I say. You posted in black and white. You're just giving a preview of what the retailer release will be.
Maybe. Let's see. Open image, a new tab. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. Look at this. Look at the line work on this thing, man. It's nuts. I've been looking for like a copy of this book. It's way out of publication and it's super expensive usually, but I've been looking for a good copy of it forever. It's the whole story, illustrated by Bernie Wrightson, and he's just like an incredible like EC horror guy. So I mean, this very much like feels like this figure. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the missing nose. I mean, they didn't copy the style, but this is drawn in the style described in the book as the figure is. So
Trevor,
super
it's
excited.
interesting as we get more of these types of things. Have you, or will you, and those like you that photo, at a high level, start to, with some of these pictures, change your tags on some cases to try to get some traction to people that aren't following top toy photos or those kinds of things, because you can tell a story here that will appeal to new people that aren't following figure photography. And I wonder.
Yeah, I do. I actually I tagged Bernie Wrightson in my post. I mean, Bernie's not with us anymore, but I you know there is an Instagram account for it, so hopefully things like that. And Frankenstein. I mean, tags. I don't know how much they work anymore. We got more guests here. Hang on a second. Let me bring these guys in. I'm going to bring this down. Must be that Legion's cast is over.
It is.
What's going on?
This is
how you guys doing? Isn't this
Nice.
awesome? Do you love it?
I love it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm always very not skeptical, but you know what you're wishing for and what you're hoping for, and this is one of those like woohoo.
Yeah. Heinrichs knows what I'm talking about here. El Tidy says there's 1,560 left. Okay, that's plenty.
And Bill's review went up.
Oh yeah, so yeah. Again, reminder: go check out Bill's review. You could stay with us here for a little while, but definitely go watch it. And if you watch it, give it a like, leave a comment. That helps propel that. And I mean, Bill's doing that, obviously for his channel, but it also gets it out to all the toy people and stuff like that to promote it more. I mean, these things do a pretty good job. I mean, they were talking about in the ACBA show yesterday, so the teasers do a pretty good job of getting it out to the toy people. And I guess I don't have to remind Robo anymore because Robo's in. So I was always the one reminding Robo to review the new products or whatever, or at least bring them up.
Trevor,
yeah,
you nailed the Mary Shelley look.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah,
I really like your gravestone.
Oh, you! I see. I knew you'd be the one to pick that up. Let me. So if you go to the, let me share this again. It's hard to see here, but this is kind of his escape from the school when he breaks out, and if you go into the background here.
Oh, of course you're putting stuff like that in.
Shelley, and then back here.
Or was it Karloff?
Karloff.
Yep.
There you go.
Killed it as always.
Yeah. No pun intended. Yeah, right.
Thank you for.
Well, it's alive.
It is alive. Yes, he is alive. Yeah. Have you guys read the book? I'm gonna guess, Jesse, you have, and Emil, you probably have too. You're a reader.
I've read it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or does listening to it.
Oh yeah, no, audiobook is fine, man. That's the way I do it. And I would suggest to anybody, if you want to, because there is the book with this as well, and has like excerpts from the book in there that talk a little bit about. But I would recommend a good audiobook on this because it's a little. I mean, the language. This was written in the early 1800s, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not Shakespeare, which I love, but like it's flowery language, you know what I mean? So like in hearing someone read the right inflections for certain words that have kind of gone the way of the dodo, like it's a little better, you know what I mean? And it's a little more interesting to hear somebody do some voices with it. It's pretty cool. I don't remember the one I got, but I just re-listened to it, so it was really good. Yeah, Frankenstein movie coming out. Oh, Christian Bale. Okay, I didn't realize it was Christian Bale. All right, awesome. Now, is Christian Bale the monster, or is Christian Bale Victor? 1818, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She was 18 years old.
Yeah, Mary Shelley.
How old?
18.
18.
Yeah.
18, yeah.
Which is crazy, man. Like it's such a, it's a deep book, and it's also like for me, like I don't know, that period of time, literature wise. I mean, I know Dickens. There was some fanciful stuff and things like that, but it just seems like very, Poe was doing things around that era too, but I don't know, just for like a female writer to do something so macabre, you know what I mean, at that time was really interesting.
How was it received at the time, Trevor? Do you know there were anyone?
I think it was pretty popular. I think it was very popular. I think it did really, really well. And I don't think it was one of those things that like she had to wait till she died for it to be popular. I think it did pretty well. As far as
Christian Bale is not in this film. Oscar Isaac is playing Dr. Victor Frankenstein.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that.
Jacob Elordi is playing the monster.
No,
I'm not familiar with him.
Me neither.
No.
We'll see.
I mean, the monster is going to like surprise a lot of people because the monster is literate. Like the monster teaches himself how to read, watches, observes people to learn how to conduct itself. It's very, very literate, and it's just a different type of thing.
Yeah,
than
it's not this like mindless creature that he's usually displayed as.
Exactly. Yeah. So what do you think, Emil? Parts wise here, what are you excited about?
Yeah,
we
discussing that, and it was like, I want to see the whole figure. I want to, everything, but the heads, the heads are what's driving me absolutely. I'm going bananas. Both of those heads, but the one with the long hair.
Oh yeah, I love this.
And I've been waiting for the long hair from Belualuth in the Necronominus wave, and now this hair comes, and I'm like, I need it now.
Well, it won't be. I think they said this is going to take 2 or 3 weeks, maybe.
I know.
Maybe
they said 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah,
3 to 4 weeks.
To strip
okay.
out.
So that's why I'm not stressing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to stress it. I'm probably gonna buy it, and have someone ship it in the US for the better shipping rates, to get it over here. But if I knew that this one would come, in a week or so, I would order it right away and start making that custom that I don't have time to make really, but I need to make.
Yeah. But plenty of time for Halloween. I mean, for Americans. I guess there's other countries who do Halloween.
You want me to order another one?
Oh, you're gonna love this one, but I have another undead creature here on my table for you. But let's wait with that. Let's focus on the monster.
All right.
Speaking of tables,
yeah,
the loadout.
Nice
I was wondering
it's a lot of stuff
if it was Frankenstein, what we would get. And seeing all the gear the guys put into this, blew my expectations away.
It's great, man. This table I wasn't expecting either, and it's it's age appropriate. Like it looks like something that could be from that era, and just age appropriate or time appropriate, whatever. Era appropriate. Era.
Non-anachronistic.
Non-anachronistic.
All right, smart boy. Yes, non-anachronistic. That's hard to say.
Toast a surge? Was that a surge?
That's a Mountain Dew. It's a Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew in the morning, baby. Woo!
That was my first sip. I'm just waking up.
Me too. And my throat is all like coffee. Not good to be like, hey, let's get on and talk for like an hour here. Need some water. What was I going to ask you guys? So Jesse, what's your thought about this? Is this something you were expecting? Do you love it?
I threw a couple alternate guesses out just because I felt the Frankenstein was so spot on, and as talking with Curtis, he said if they didn't do a Frankenstein's monster with the tease they did, like that would be that would not go over well, and I totally agree. So when we went live recording to live reaction to this with Emil and Steven, like just before it dropped, I said, I was like, don't forget, they're going to go book version, not Universal Monster or, movie version of this character. And then it popped up and I can't say it's exactly what I expected because, it was, but it's
over here
because it blew my expectations away, but it's the general look I was thinking. And I love that it's yellow because they definitely describe him in the book as, like yellowed and jaundiced skinned. And that always stood out to me.
Yep. I mean, it's a take, man. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, I think he's bulky but you know, I mean, it's a corpse, you know. So
yeah, it's just bits of rubbish stitched together.
yeah, I mean, it's their take. I dig it, and plus, you know, you want to be able to reuse this for something else too.
And that is actually something. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, the pedal details on the operating table is great. What was that, Emil?
I was so looking forward to a brute scale character for this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But instantly, when we saw this, that is a hope that was like, I'll throw that away. This is too awesome, you know. So it wasn't like a disappointment feeling. You know, sometimes you have expectations that are, and then they don't fulfill, and then you get disappointed.
It's brute scale. He's big. He's a big boy.
He is.
I believe he's brute scale.
He's not ogre, but he's brute.
Wait a minute.
Brute.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Of course you're sure. Okay. Okay, now I'm like, now I'm peaking again. This is how happy I get, you know? I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, hang on.
Oh, well, I trust you. It's okay, I trust you, but it was just like I
don't think you do. I don't think you do. I'm not really sure you do.
I don't think you do.
You stood up and did a belly dance.
Bill even said he's 8 inches tall.
I can't line them up, but you know what I'm saying. Like there it is.
Okay. That's like 2 Smurfs tall.
Okay.
So at least 2 Smurfs
with him being a 1.0, and now it's like I was excited about the 1.0, but now it's like, how many can you get? It was my absolutely favorite Halloween figure Obscura, and none of the other comes even close to this one for me, for Figura Obscura. It's like, with him being brute scale, now it's like he's giving Sun Wukong a challenge here.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I mean it's maybe recency bias, but I love Bernie Wrightson's Frankenstein. If anybody has a line on that book, just anybody, let me know. If you see it anywhere in a bookstore or something like that, grab it and I will buy it from you. But even if I already found it.
In the
OG
post
printing?
it says elongated.
I would love the OG printing. Yeah, I would love like one of the first prints. But yeah, I mean, I could get it in paperback or whatever. I think they have it in paperback. I don't know, whatever. But I really want like the hardcover, like a nice copy of it, because I love Wrightson's work. But where was I going with that? Shit.
The look, the size, the feel of cotton.
Wow.
The touch,
That is the fabric.
the feel, the fabric of our lives. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
In Jeremy's post, it says elongated 1.0 body type. That's the term he's using.
Okay.
All right. I mean, maybe it's not. I mean, it's big, man. He's a big. I don't know. I don't understand how that's a 1.0 elongated body, but all right. Maybe I'm wrong.
I mean, it may be he just doesn't use brute scale for Figura post potentially because it's a different audio. I don't know, but that's a weird. So all parts are compatible with other 1.0 Legions figures.
Huh.
Yeah, I can open this up.
Just for the record, I'm not going to be disappointed even if it goes back to being a 1.0. I'm just going to be very clear on that.
It's very big, but I thought it was brute. I mean, I don't know if brute means like some sort of like...
Yeah, maybe brute means like the lats and the chest.
It's possible.
But it's the
I mean,
height.
because they technically are 1.0. Brute is technically 1.0 parts.
It's 1.0 compatible. It's just
Yes.
I don't,
Yes,
they're
right.
a little bigger in bulk and size. It's like, what is it, a 20% expansion basically of all around of like a 1.0 bare torso or whatever?
Yes.
I have
Scale
not had enough
is
Mountain Dews
1.0.
for that math.
Come on, Jesse, figure it out. Carry the 2. Legends Collector 1321. Thank you very much for the $4.99 super chat. I really appreciate it. There are 2 Frankenstein movies coming out. Del Toro's. Wow, Del Toro. Jesus, if anybody was made to make a Frankenstein movie, it's Benicio del Toro. Stars Oscar Isaac and Maggie Gyllenhaal is remaking The Bride. Oh,
Okay.
Styles Bale as the creature. Okay, interesting. That whole thing is tied up in one pretty much, but it's not ever in Frankenstein. Not to spoil, but there is an element of The Bride, but it never really comes to fruition.
Doesn't go anywhere. No.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate it, man. These are fun. Like I wanted to do so much more. I have a couple that I held back, and they said I could post them. So there's going to be some original ones that you'll see coming up as well. Just open it. All right, I'll open it.
Let me rephrase. My favorite shot, not necessarily the best shot, but my favorite shot is the one of him sitting like on the side of the stairs with the book.
Yeah, I love that shot, man. It's this is very much in the Wrightson, line of things. This to me was the most I could get towards that that nice contrasty shot. And it's like you want to sell like a action figure, like, you know, it's Frankenstein and the lightning, blah, you know what I mean? Like, and I wanted to do some of that stuff, but this is based on the story. And when I get into the story and I reread the story for it, I'm like, I want to kind of illustrate the story. You know what I mean?
This was a perfect call, Trevor.
Thank you.
To go this route. I'm extremely impressed with this.
I've never read the Wrightson graphic novel, but I've read the book, the regular book, and it's hard to get through. But the concept of the monster being so much more than just a monster, I was not expecting that when I read the book.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. He's literate. I mean, he's very literate and well spoken. So it's an interesting twist from if you're used to Universal. And the Wrightson book is just the text of the book, but with illustrations. So it's not like a
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an illustrated version of the.
I should have picked it. Like, it's come through our comic shop when I worked there.
That's right.
10 years I was there. I don't know if we have any in stock right now, but I'll call them and check.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let me bring us back to this and do one of these. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's what I wanted. This guy's the only brute scale I have here, so I mean, he's all posed up too. Let me see if I can straighten him out. He's been sitting on the table because I'd have no place to put him on the shelf. And again, this was a figure I didn't think I was going to like so much, but I didn't end up liking.
Same. Yep.
Same here.
So if you look, okay. So basically, feet to feet, Frankenstein's a little taller. He's about a half an inch, I would say. Maybe if I straightened out Calazir.
It says 7-inch on the website.
Mm-hmm. I mean, these are the big boots. They have some, he's got some lifts, so, he's got the clunky boots. But yeah, this
had those bigger ankles like the Anubis, like the bigger feet. I know he's got the boots on there, but.
Yeah, I could take the jacket off here too.
Can you see if
the bodies? So body-wise, yeah, he's leaner than a brute scale, I guess. Which I think maybe that's the definition.
So he buys clothes with just the T after it instead of the big and tall. He just gets the tall clothes.
Yeah, you can see the arm. That's right, exactly. Yeah. He's more of a model. He's too sexy for these.
Yeah.
Joints.
Can I have a shirt? Frankenstein monster movie, the college movie. What's
right.
Called? Make a monster.
So, like, you can see Calazir is buff, and Frank Creature is not. Oh, this is what I want to ask you, Emil. Pants. What do you think of these pants? Cloth good pants, man.
In the photos, they look absolutely excellent. I'm not been interested in getting pants to any figure.
Mm-hmm.
But those look great. Nothing you can say about that.
They're really nice.
But it's not something that I've been asking for because I am a big fan of the sculpted pants.
Yeah.
For the Novian lean and so I haven't been wishing for cloth pants.
But I'm going to commission you to make a tribute to me in sweatpants watching football. And you have the part you need.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what people do with the pants.
Naked legs.
That's right. And I think it was the way to go because you do want that look of him on the table, and you don't want to have to do a whole lower half and then sculpted pants that are like this. Like, I mean, where are you going to use this style pant again in anything, really?
No, I agree with you on that in every aspect of that. Trevor. It was just that, it feels like the great choice for this character, and everything about them are great. It's just that always the balance between what's soft good, what is cloth. It's always going to be,
Bill said he put the jacket on Canox. I bet you that looks good. This is a cool looking jacket too.
Yeah.
Focus. There we go. It's really cool. And it's got like some tears in the bottom that are like, it's a rubbery, soft rubber, so it's very pliable and flexible and stuff. So. What's that, Jesse?
I know this just came out, and I'm not trying to like be greedy and thinking about the future, but I was like, I'm gonna have to get a second one to display like most of the bare limbs, like the table version. And then I thought, well, I'll just wait for the inevitable retailer version, which will probably have a different paint scheme, and have that one as the table version. So it'll be the first figure Obscura I have both on display on the shelf.
Oh, really? So you don't? You usually get them, but you don't display the other versions?
I've used one of the other ones as for customizing.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I'll tell you what. I got all the retailer versions. I don't really have. Yeah, I don't have any of those out on the shelf. I don't know why. I just have the boxes up on the shelf, but I don't have any of them out. Yeah.
Display retailer display one.
Yeah, lots of good parts for customs. Does the texture on the coat match the cloth arms? Not really. It's got a cool texture. I mean, but it's a patchwork. If I bring this up, my camera's all messed up now, so I apologize if I'm moving slow. But it's got a nice textured patchwork type of thing. Like he kind of put this together, and it was just kind of outside the. Well, I don't know. He found a coat, so whatever. A lot of people have him depicted as like having a big fur, cover up something he either, made from something he hunted or whatever. I don't think he was hunting. I don't know. But nice texture on the collar as well. That's very fur-like.
That coat is so powerful.
Yeah,
I think it's
great.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's sleeveless too. It just looks, I don't know. It's a really cool jacket, man. It's really nicely done.
How challenging are the pants taking on and off? Are they
piece of cake? So Velcro on the front, right there on the on the zipper part, and the belt is just a simple knot. I mean, depending on how you knot the belt, but it's supposed to meant to be just like kind of roughly tied there. And then you take the feet off and they slide right off, real easy. My one thing, and like just so I don't sound like a total cuck. Or shill, I guess is the YouTube term. I would have liked it if the hair came off of this and could have gone on to the other heads. That would have been my preference. And I may try to, it's a separate piece, so I may try to heat one up and try to take it off and see if I can modify it. If there's a peg or something like that, I'll just shave that off so that I can put it on the other.
As soon as they have it, right here on this chat.
Oh yeah.
They're plenty of us that just have to try it. They just have to try it. We just have to try it.
I'm trying it, man. That was the first thing I thought of. If I didn't have to give that prototype back, I was going to do it with that one. But now that I got this, I'm going to beat you to it because I'm going to try it.
I'm going to be 2 months away from that.
I maybe a couple other hands. I think I would have liked some outstretched, very much, Frankenstein-y hands. There's 2 sets of hands. Let me bring this back up here. You got the kind of there's a grabby hand. They're good. They're good Frankenstein hands. I think I just wanted something that was a little more outstretched, especially for this shot. I really wanted to have him leaning on the window. But yeah, that's fine. It's cool. You get so much stuff with this thing, man. It's nuts. It's a really great for $100, $70 for the figure. That's crazy? Look at everything you're getting for $70. Wow. Look at all this. You don't get this for $70 with anybody else.
No.
All right, I'm right back to being a shill, but it's great.
No, but
it's really great. Go ahead, Emil.
No. I was just saying that I felt it was a fair price for a smaller character.
Me too.
What's that?
Emil wants that hair for himself.
Yeah.
You and me both, buddy. You and me both. I used to have that hair. That was my hair at one point.
Yeah, I've never been there.
No, those days are over. Oh, come on, man. That's almost done.
Oh yeah.
I got so many like Halloween horror shots. Maybe next year. Yeah. I've got some other things that I want to do with this thing, so maybe next year we'll see. I thought about it, but I thought people just having seen the pictures would be like, I just saw that, so whatever.
And maybe you can make if the lunchbox does well, you could do a Frank lunchbox.
That'd be cool. A Frankenbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta. We don't have to talk about that now, but I do have to ask people. They're doing pretty well, but like if other people would want like a Figura Obscura lunchbox or something, and I'm thinking about like doing images up the sides too. I didn't do that on this one, but you know how on the old lunchboxes they covered every section they could with an image of something. So we'll see. As a reminder, because I'm a terrible marketer for my own stuff, though, since you're here, 92 people still, these are still up for pre-order. 30 of them are already sold. I was planning on only making like 50 of them. So if you want more and you don't want to like, hey, I'm going to get it at the show, that's still fine. There'll be some at the show. I don't know how many, though. But you save $4 and you'll have it. It's guaranteed if you buy it now. And then I'll know to order more. Maybe I'll get 60 and there'll be more there for people. But we'll see.
It's Trevor's. Let me help you with the marketing. Trevor's parts bin holder. Order one of these thematic parts bin holders.
It's a parts bin holder. It's a paint holder. All your fodder, all your extra figs that you can't fit on the. You could probably get 5 or 6 figs in there. So
I'm just gonna put my lunch in it. Am I the only one that says about food in it?
Yeah. I mean, how much fun would it be just to like put your food in there and just go off into your collection room and sit there and eat your lunch out of it, like
I have a Hellraiser lunchbox as it is, so.
Right. If it's peanut butter and jelly, let it sit there for a few hours so the jelly like permeates through the. That was the worst.
So gross.
It was the worst, man. Like you got to know, like you had to put peanut butter on both sides. My mom would always forget to put peanut butter on the second side of bread, so that the bread just sops up the jelly, and it was just a fucking mess.
That's one of the
I
most
was that
American
neurotic
things,
about my PB&J as a kid that's what was in my lunchbox was a jar of jelly, a jar of peanut butter, and 2 smushed pieces of bread and a knife.
Wow!
So I could make it at lunch.
See, you wouldn't have made it. You wouldn't have made it into school with that knife these days.
Like
No.
PB on both sides is key. Exactly. Yeah, you can't do just the jelly. It doesn't work. Thinking about starting a Dork Lair book club, starting with Frank. That'd be cool, man. I would love that, man. That'd be cool. Bill's a teacher. Literature.
Dork Library.
Yeah, English.
The Dork Library. I love it.
Glow in the dark for the repaint. I'd be down with that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, like electrified or something like that. Like maybe some translucent parts or something. I don't know. That could get a little. I mean, I'd be down for that.
But... Come on, it's going to be black and white.
Black and white.
Oh, black and white would
or
be
green.
Green.
Or green. Could be green. You just ordered the Bernie writes an illustrated book. LeBron, what are you doing to me? What did you get the paperback one or?
It's early for LeBron too.
I know he doesn't know what he's doing yet. He's like, what did I pay for that book? Awesome. So there you go, guys. So there it is. Let's see what's going on. What we got? Sold out pins, mugs still available, all in still available.
That's a record, isn't it?
Yeah, this 40 minutes in and the all in still around. That's interesting. Maybe they maybe allocated more of them this time around. I'm not really sure. Yeah. And I forgot to order the poster, so I'll have to pick that up at the studio, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, so there you go. So another drop at 8:00. If you miss it this morning, if you're watching this on the replay, and if you are, leave a comment. Let us know what you think of it. Yeah, it's cool, man. And you'll have it in time for Halloween. I mean, 3 or 4 weeks is still going to be, give you time to do some pictures and put it out on the shelf or scare the local children with it or something like that. Nobody comes to our house, man. Like we buy all this candy and we get like. Do you guys get people coming to your house?
We had
Oh yeah.
one year. Cassie actually bought, because I don't want people coming to my house. I don't want children over here. Go away. But she was like all about it when we moved in. And she's like, I'm gonna get candy. And she put a costume on. Not a one. Nothing. So she's like, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
I've been pretty generous. We get the full size bar, so I think we're gonna spread on the Facebook.
Oh yeah, people know those are marked on maps now, Dub. Like that is like
it's several.
That's like where you people like will sometimes like map out the Christmas houses that you can go to and see all the crazy lights and stuff. People map out, at least kids map out somewhere on TikTok. There's a localized.
He likes to sit on the porch and say hi to everybody. So it's
No, it is fun. I like to see them, but first of all, we have like a really long driveway, and I think a lot of people just walk by and go, "Yeah, we're not doing that." And meanwhile, like there's going to be some kid that's going to be like, "Here, just take it all because it's 11 o'clock and nobody else is coming, so you win.
Yeah,
you've won Halloween. Congratulations." And we buy the stuff that we don't want, so it's really not the good stuff like Kit Kats and Crackles and stuff like that. It's like I don't even know what we get. Twizzlers suck.
Orange
Kit Kats, no, Kit Kats are great. We don't get those because we eat them all.
Box of raisins.
Yeah, a box of raisins. Yeah.
I'd eat that.
There was a guy up the street from us who was like when growing up, there was like a chip distributor, and he would give out like Wise potato chip bags like all the time. So I would go there like 2 or 3 times. I don't know why. Like potato chips are dirt cheap, but I'm like, hey, free chips, man. Like this is great. That's right. Dub giving away all his still in package figures.
I should. We do get the little Pokemon Halloween packs of cards that you can give out to.
Damn, man! Oh my god,
those are cheap. They make those little that are like 3 cards in a little pack that are like $15 for 50 or something like that.
Yeah. You gotta be careful because you're gonna get there's gonna be kids lined up down the block from other towns coming in from. This guy's giving out the Disney cards. What is that thing called? Disney.
Now we will not give it
Lorcana?
to teenagers
or
people not in costumes. Like it's for the kids.
Yeah.
Dude will just walk up like, "Can I have some candy?" I'm like, "You're 23 years old.
Get a job, man." Yeah, you got to try something. Like it used to be like the hobo, oddly enough, for when we were growing up. I don't know like what that was all about, but whatever. I mean, you got to try. You got to put a sheet on with multiple holes and be Charlie Brown or something like that. Something, man. You got to
effort.
Yeah, something.
Like those NECA toys that are out now with all the little kids in costumes.
Those are so great, man. I hope they do like the Star Wars and the Batman, and I don't know if they can get those licenses, but those were awesome, man. I would definitely collect them if they did those things. Barnes and Noble has the rights in book for $25. Yeah, it's that's not the original though. $25. Yeah, first edition. At least first edition or first, a couple of prints they're in the $250 to $500 range at this point. So I'd love to find one that was autographed too. That'd be cool. Lone Wolf, Kevin says, Cloud, my wife's the same every year. She says, shut the lights, disconnect the doorbell, and let's eat the candy.
Turn the ring off.
One year, probably the best year, we had some friends come over. They usually just because nobody comes to their house, so they're like, all right, we'll come over and we'll do something, watch some horror movies or whatever. We did horror movies and cereal. So we went out and bought all the Frankenberry, that they put out at Halloween, and Boo Berry, and I got Lucky Charms because I like Lucky Charms. And we just ate cereal and watched movies. It was great. It was really cool.
Emil, in Sweden, do you do trick or treat, or do you have any idea?
No, we don't. The people have tried to. I mean, some started doing it, because we're copying you guys on a lot of things. Most people are still like, why do we, we don't have to, get that. We don't have to start with that now. We have other traditions here. So some are annoyed with people doing that. And we used our, because some didn't really scary makeup. So when it started over here, we turn out the lights, sitting and watching movie in the living room. I didn't open the door when they
Yeah, here's a tip for the Swedish people. You can relay them to all. You can relay this to all of them because they're not watching this. Don't do what we do. don't copy us. We need to copy you a little bit. So don't copy us.
You know,
we have better candy.
The year before, we actually
we do have better candy. You could copy our candy because your candy is like bizarre.
Well, yeah, some of the, but we did something fun last year or the year before. Actually, the year before we, it was Halloween. We went to the US and we got to experience the full thing, and it's like, wow, that felt so much more wholesome and love and fun than I had imagined. It was really, all the neighbors were, everything was nice. And then, the Steven's youngest daughter, she had all her friends there, counting their candy afterwards. And I asked, are you okay with me giving some of the salty Swedish candy to your friends? And she was like, and I gave, and everyone except for one kid who was, he probably was part Swedish or something. Everyone was like running to the bathroom, spitting out right away, and they were like horrible. So last year she actually got a bag with her to go to school, and she recorded everyone's like, "Here, taste this. It's from Sweden." We do have good candy. I eat that once a year, and that's
no, you don't. It's weird. There's
So
some element of fish or something in there. It's sort of something. I don't know what's going on there.
Halloween, that was you in your He-Man costume going next door and asking for candy. Is that the
Oh yeah, with that accent.
Yes.
Well, I'll enjoy you guys' traditions. It's lovely to go around and see it. And
the costume thing is fun.
Thing I ever saw was Jeremy DeWitt's wife, Laura. That Halloween decorations. That's the scariest, most wonderful thing. Like silvered body parts in baskets and a big bat in the whole window. It's like, wow, this is
Bye,
art.
Bill. Have a great vacation. Go check again. If you're done here, we're going to wrap this up in 5 minutes. But go check out Dorklair's review. Always great to see him, and especially because my favorite part is him opening up and not knowing what it is. That's the best part of the whole thing. I mean, the whole thing is great. Don't get me wrong, but I just like seeing his face when he opens it up. It's great. Did you do one of the? I did. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, the comic is going to come with an alt cover, which is really cool. I got to get a copy of that. I wish more people would do that with some of the comics. I know Spawn did that. Somebody did that with McFarlane figures or something like that. Would be kind of cool. What was I going to say to you, Emil, about Halloween? Oh yeah, it's nuts, man. Like the decor is become like Christmas level decor. Like it's out at Home Depot and Lowe's, and like you can get bigger and bigger. Animatronic. I think Home Depot had an animatronic Beetlejuice this year or something like that, and it would walks and talk. Not walks, but it talks and moves its arms and stuff. It's crazy, man. I don't know where people put this stuff when they're done with it.
You have to store it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, the Christmas stuff is enough for me. Like we got so much Christmas stuff. Like I can't double that and do Halloween. So
you see, Rush, collecting Rush. He bought like those.
Oh yeah.
But he had on one of the last streams
the dog.
He had like the dog and like the eyes changed. He's like, talk to me, tell him he's a good boy. And we're like, good boy. And eyes turn into hearts and stuff.
They spin and like it's crazy. It's nuts. So here is just for nobody go and buy this because I'm probably gonna buy it right now. LeBron, is this what you did? Because this is signed hardcover. $450. I may just have to do this because I haven't looked this up yet, so I may just have to go add this to cart.
Stephen King is connected to it. What's that?
I don't know what that is all about.
I'm looking here. I'm mousing over the screen trying to click on stuff.
You do that a lot. I have no idea
to
what
zoom in on physical paper.
Oh wait a minute! Lots of more Burning Rice and Sign and Stephen King. Stephen King. What?
Maybe it's
signed
just a
by
tag
Bernie
to
Wrightson.
It might just be for
looks
attention,
like yeah, I don't know what that has to do with anything, but all right. I just spent $200 on this stuff. I may have to go and spend another
I have a Clive Barker when he put out the Scarlet Gospels a few years ago. It was pretty much a story where he killed off Pinhead and he brought back Harry D'Amour. I bought a first edition signed by Clive Barker. It was maybe like $80-90, something like that. And then I bought another hardcover copy because I didn't want to touch the autographed one. So I have two copies of the first edition of the Scarlet Gospels, and one of them is signed.
There you go. Very nice. All right, guys. Anything else to wrap up? Anything? Anybody got anything going on? Cloud, you going to be on? Is there another Legions and Legions and Liquor tomorrow?
So no, but I should be catching up with the Legions ladies at some point to record something for the guys at Fourish, and then at some point Brick Something asked me to come back on his stream. So I'll be doing that one of these Sunday evenings. He wants to start focusing on the countdown to Legions Con and stuff. So
cool.
I'll join him for that at some point.
All right, cool. Dub, what you got coming up?
Legions Con, right?
Yes,
what's that?
Yes, he'll be.
Yeah, Brick's coming. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We've got Joanna next weekend. I am very conned out, if I'm honest with you. I've been to many, many, many conventions in the recent time. So after Joanna, I got to take a break, and then
no kidding.
Legion's Con's a different thing. That fills you up. A lot of these empty me, but a lot of like Brutal Realm's going to be there, and Mr. Vala is coming. A lot of toy companies will be there, so that'll be fun. It's kind of the fall toy show here, so that's our next big thing.
Cool,
Friday.
cool. Jesse,
we got Shooting the Shelf Sunday night. Curtis and I. We've got Diego from the studio joining us.
Diego? Diego?
Yep. And I know we've got plans for another Legion's Quest episode this coming week sometime.
Yep.
If we can get it worked in. So really excited. I'm having such a fun time with that.
Yeah, me too, man. It's been great.
Yeah. Yeah. And 89 Batman's playing in my local theater today, so I didn't see that on the big screen, so I'm going to go check that out.
Oh, yeah, it's Batman Day. I don't have a picture. I may work one up. Who knows what the day brings, but yeah, happy Batman Day, I guess. Purple Gang tonight, yes. Who's their guest tonight? Saturday Day Live at 6 o'clock. I was going to jump on there, but I got to go to dinner, so...
Yeah, Jeremy's going to be on Saturday.
Atlanta on their continued tour of cons. They'll be here.
Who's that?
Purple Gang will be.
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's right.
They're everywhere.
What was that, Jesse, about Jeremy?
Jeremy's on Saturday Day Live, and
cool.
I think it's Dirk on Purple Gang tonight.
Yes. Oh, that's right. It's Dirk. Yep. Emil, where will you be next?
I have something on Monday. Isn't it with you? It's a date.
Me.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Emil is going to be joining us with a couple other guests. It's going to be kind of like a reveal night so Legion's Con reveals. There's going to be some stuff that nobody's really seen before from a couple of vendors, and this is something that Nate and Emil have been cooking up too. So I'm not sure I even know what it is. Maybe I have a hint, but it's going to be cool. Can't wait to see it.
It's going to be nice to be there and just reveal that, and also hear what else people are doing.
Yep.
On Thursday, we're also going to have for Legion's Cast, we're going to have a God's Fire episode. Just talk about the lore and the idea
God's
behind
Fire.
That.
I thought God's Fire was dead.
No. God's Fire never dies. That's
great. That's cool. That's a good idea, man. We could talk a little bit about God's Fire too on Monday. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. We'll take another look at this. I want everybody to see Bill's review before I show too much of it. So I mean, and it even just showing it on the screen doesn't do it justice. But Bill's review will do that. So go watch Bill's review on this, and then go buy it, man. It's cool. It's Frankenstein. Yay. Monsters, man. I mean, what that means.
Monsters. Come on.
It's the best. All right. Thank you guys all for joining me this early and getting up and interrupting your purchasing and trying to do that in the background. Probably harder for me than it was for you, but this is fun. Always a good time, man. FO drops are like, I don't know. It's a little mini, I don't know, like celebration day. Like it's always fun. It's always fun to speculate. I think everybody kind of nailed this one. You know, I'm surprised it was as direct as it was. I think the key and the lightning was kind of a cool little throw off, but you know, I mean, it's kind of hard to. What do you do with Frankenstein? You know what I mean? Like something's gonna give it away. Somebody's gonna get it. But people were still a little like, you know, surprised. So it's cool. And of course, seeing it as to how, you know, Eric designs it and everything is always incredibly fun. So. All right, if you didn't get it today, if you can't get it right now, you can get it tonight at 8 p.m. and likely it will be hanging around maybe till tomorrow. Seems like with a limit of 16, there's plenty of them out there. So, you know, don't freak out. And Legion's Con, they'll probably be there because they'll be coming out like a few weeks before that. So, but you know, if you want it and you're not going to Legion's Con, it's $9.99 shipping. Take advantage of it, buy some extra stuff, and other than that, have a great day, and we'll see you next time. See you Monday for Legions. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.